Acustats Video Productions presents from Portland, Maine, 14.1 world-class straight pool. We're in Portland, Maine for the main event. I'm Bill Cardona along with former world straight pool champion Danny DiLiberto. Danny, the tournament started off with 38 of the finest straight pool players in the world. Now there are only two left. C.J. Wiley from Dallas, Texas, and Efren the Magician Reyes from the Philippines.
Two great nine-ball players.
Two great nine-ball players. Matter of fact, on the PBTA charts, Efren Reyes is ranked #1, and C.J. Wiley is ranked #2. And the funny part about this is that C.J. Wiley has never actually played in the straight pool tournament in his life. Matter of fact, I don't think he's even played a game of straight pool until about 2 weeks ago. And Efren Reyes has never played in the straight pool tournament in this country. I think he played in one tournament in Japan. But they decided to come up here because it's like a warm-up for the U.S. Open. And so they decided that, what the heck, we'll get in the straight pool tournament. And who would have thought they would have ran 1 and 2?
I didn't myself. You know, it's just they're really experimenting with this game, and they've fared so well. You know, it's just remarkable to me. You know, the nine-ball players in the past never could compete in a straight pool tournament. You know, and these guys are going to run 1-2.
Well, you know, these two guys have such a lot of firepower, and it doesn't take them long to get a hang of the game. For instance, what they're doing now is taking intentional scratch. At the beginning of the week, they would never thought of this, but they went through a learning experience in the past 3 days, and you can see as well as I can that they're certainly quick learners.
Well, you know how quick they're learning? Earlier in the day, I had a little talk with C.J. Wiley, and I told him that anytime during the game that you have a tough shot, don't shoot it until you take 2 scratches, because if you make it, it's a big advantage. The other guy's on 2 scratches, you don't even need a break shot. Well, he remembered it because he's doing it right now. If he makes this ball, he has a great advantage. But, however, if you don't, you have to sit down a while and hope your opponent misses.
Well, what you said is absolutely correct. If he would have made that ball, he would have been at a great advantage. Had he not taken the 2 scratches and he would have made that ball, he would have been at an advantage, but not nearly as great as if he would have taken the 2 scratches and put his opponent Reyes on 2 scratches. Because later on in the match, had he been successful pocketing that ball later on in the match, if he would have gotten in trouble, he could have utilized his 2 scratches on Reyes and, you know, taken another one.
It's a big move. You don't ever shoot a tough shot, I mean a super tough shot like that, until you get your opponent on 2 scratches. You know, and you have to take 2, of course, to get to that point. And then it's a big advantage. And he did the right percentages, except he missed the ball.
Reyes was slated as a favorite going into this final match, even though he has been defeated once in the tournament, by the way, by C.J. Wiley, I might add. But the odds makers have made Reyes a slight favorite in the match. And
I think rightfully so.
Well, he's the technician of the two. Not that Wiley doesn't know how to run the balls or doesn't run them well, but Reyes is the master of the cue ball, as you well know. And he seems to be just bumping balls when he needs to. I think his ability to play rotation has certainly helped him in this game by opening up clusters and bumping the ball 1 inch here or 2 inches there. So he's a very articulate person both on and off the table.
Well, I would say the last 3-4 matches, Efren's straight pool has been better than CJ's, after CJ beat him, of course. And he can get revenge here, and sweet revenge, because he'll win the tournament if he beats him this time. Because we're playing, even though Efren's on the loser side, they're playing 1 game to 150 points. CJ is undefeated, as you know.
Reyes in the last year has won many major events. It started off with the U.S. Open, and by the way, they will be playing the U.S. Open in just about a week in Chesapeake, Virginia, and he'll have to defend his crown. And since then, he's won 3 major 9-ball tournaments and also a World 8-ball event. So if you can say he's on a roll.
No, it's more than a roll, of course. He's just a great player, you know, and he can play all games. I mean, this will prove it.
Yes, the people here in Portland, Maine, they knew they were in for a treat when the pros were going to come to Portland to play this event, but they didn't realize that Efren Reyes, C.J. Wiley, and Earl Strickland was going to be here. So therefore, it was a little extra treat.
And I'm impressed with the fans here. You know, I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with planning tournaments and messing with a football Sunday. You know, the people have come out here on a football Sunday. That's a compliment to the players and the game.
11 ball. 13.
He's going to choose the 4, Danny.
Yeah, he's got the 4 and he got perfect. Roll a little forward and you got the angle.
On a run of 14.
This is the hit that you are almost parallel to the rack, where you want to come around to the left. 3 cushions, hair left-hand English, stroke it. The cue ball should fly around 3 rails on the inside of the rack and out to the middle of the table.
I'm glad that you said a hair of left-hand English. There are a lot of players that are guilty of putting too much left-hand English, and after hitting the second cushion, they go into the stack again. And maybe sometimes they get caught behind the stack.
And sometimes they miss because of the extreme English. You never need extreme English. That's why I say a hair.
That was a hair.
He hit it perfect. You don't ever need more than a hair of English to get the ball to go around the table. English causes you to miss the ball. And when they try to use extreme English on that particular shot, they usually overcut it and miss it. You only need a hair. You know, you got to hit close to the center, or you won't pocket consistently.
Reyes seems to know exactly how much deflection and masse is going to take place whenever he shoots a shot. That's why he's the master of the cue ball. He can shoot any type of a shot with any speed using extreme English, and that's so difficult.
And I'll tell you something about Efren, since I've known him, and it's going on about 11 years now, something like that, maybe 12. Unlike many of the other players who have $2,000 cue sticks, $1,500 cue sticks, he uses a plain cue. It feels good to him, and that's what he uses.
The cue he uses was made in the Philippines. And I was told that he paid $10 for the cue.
Yeah. You think he's made the money back yet? But that's what I mean. You know, it's something. He's a plain guy, loves to play, and has such talent.
And such a class player.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about on the table. I'm talking about in every regard.
He's good.
Class player, class person.
He is.
He never bickers, never complains. Just goes about his business, and as you can see, he does that very well.
Well, really, that's what you're supposed to do. Put the energy into the balls and playing the game rather than temperament.
And 1 ball is a nice key ball to drop nicely for the 15 here, I would think.
Yeah, he has to get that out of the way. But meanwhile, he don't have a great break shot here, you know.
Very nice cue ball speed.
Yeah.
He is such a tremendous finesse player.
Meanwhile, what is the break shot here? Is the 6 high enough to be a break shot? Oh, not anymore for sure.
Pat, let's get an overhead and find out exactly how it looks from above here. Now, Danny, take a look at the 6 in relation to the triangle. Do you think there's a potential big break ball in the 6?
No, you got to invent something here. There's no break shot in the 6 or the 8 or any of those other balls.
How about the 8 now? Watch this, the 8 now. Watch. Now the 8.
It's a little high. It's better than it was a little while ago.
So he's trying to create something.
Yeah, he did. You know, this is the best that's looked so far in this rack. There has not been a break shot. The 8 is a little high, but again, with new cloth, you can get away with high.
Well, he's going to shoot the 10, go straight cross table in between the 8 and the 11 for the 14. And then he's going to use the 11 as a key ball. Yeah, he'll probably just float down a little bit or force it to the right slightly.
Yeah, he did get perfect that way. He wants to get straight in on the 11 and then shoot it and draw the ball a little bit. He invented a break shot there, and that was really great. You know, I mean, this guy by Wednesday will be a super straight pool player after never playing it.
By Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, he never played this game, and he's learned a lot of things about it. I don't know. I think he could have drew the ball back a little bit more. He could have used a little better angle.
Yeah, he's guilty.
He's all right.
He's guilty of not getting perfect there. You know.
You're right. He is guilty of not getting perfect, but he can hit the edge. I know that. I mean, if they rack him the way they're sitting right now, he should be able to hit 13. And on a shot like this, that's what you want to hit, that end ball.
And by the way, I'd like to acknowledge Don Feeney, a world-class referee here.
And instructor.
Yes, that's for sure.
And writer.
That's for sure also. So you do know him well.
He came here, and he's done it all. He's played in the tournament also. Just enough. Just enough.
Okay, now let me ask you this, Danny. The 5 is not a break ball.
No.
The 6 is a difficult one. Do you play shape on a 13 and try to open them up at the 13?
I think you go into him right now. Like that. There's your insurance ball.
Okay, the insurance ball on the 5, I don't believe you can
No,
pocket
he's
the
got
5.
the 13. It's not easy, but he's got the 13, and because of the 7, he only has to make the ball. He don't have to. If you had to do something extra here, it wouldn't be a great shot. But the way it's sitting, he has to make the ball, and the 7 is over there. 31. And that's what happened.
Now he'll go 3 cushions around for position for the 14, I believe.
Yeah, I
and
would
use the
do
14 for the break.
Get the 14 out of the way, and again, if he gets the right angle, he can go into the balls gently and have the 5 for his insurance ball, and he got perfect. You couldn't put this better with your fingers. Just go 1 rail into the 1.
Oh, the 9. The 9's available.
Yeah, that's fine too.
That's even better.
Yeah. I don't know if it's better, but you know, it's another thing to do because here he is again in the same position, except now he can't go into the pile with the 14.
Oh, I think he can. I think he can go into it with the 14.
It's a little tricky. He's going to shoot the 5 and try to get where he is right now, that angle. Then he could do it. You know, that's a funny combination if you don't get perfect, especially going off a ball into the pile, don't have to get perfect. Now I think he can go into the 1 gently. Oh, perfect. That's fine.
Okay, I don't know if the 1 will pass. How about the 3-10 combination? The 11 ball lays very nicely on the left side of the rack. That's a potential break ball.
3-10 is close. It's at least close.
He has the 12 ball, even though it appears that it lays rather thin. I don't think it's much of a problem for Reyes.
The 10 is dead. He's shooting the 10. You know, the last 3 games, he started like this. He got around the balls. He got off on a run. And then he got a little soft and gave his opponent chances. I'm wondering if that'll happen this time. Again, it looks like he's, you know, there's no reason to miss. It looks like he's going to go on forever.
Do you know that if there's one thing that he's weak in, and that's fierceness. If he was fierce like an Earl Strickland,
right.
he may never, he might never lose a match. I mean, never.
He is a little timid.
He's such a gentleman.
That's his personality. He's not a real, like, stone killer, bully, and you almost have to have that. In fact, the great Moscone one time said if he was playing his mother, he would kill her. And that's what you got to have in this game.
A little off angle, I think.
No, he's good. He can float forward with a hair right-hand English. He's perfect. He's perfect. See the little right-hand English?
But a little off angle, but nevertheless, he's in perfect line for the break in the 3rd rack. After rack number 2, Reyes leads in the match 28-0, and he's on a run of 28. But of course, he did back scratch 2, so now he only has 26. Is it 42-0?
It's actually 40, right?
I apologize. Then it's 40
yeah,
40 to
he
nothing.
took 2 scratches. I don't know where.
And then he's on a run of 40.
They didn't erase his points, but it's 40.
Well, I apologize, Efren. I don't want to cheat you out of 14 balls. Efren leads 40-0, and he's on a run of 42.
But you know what it is? He's getting through the rack so easily that you lost count of the rack. If it was a struggle rack, you would have known exactly.
Once again, everything opens up quite nicely for him.
And I don't know, the 115.
Well, the 9's right next to that. That's not a problem to deal with. The 6 ball is out good enough for a possible break ball.
Yeah, that's probably the shot. Shoot the 10 and the 6, or else float to the 5-14 combination. There's no hurry to hit those balls.
He can even pocket the 10 and eliminate the 14, maybe work his way over into the stack off of that. Pushing the balls to the left side of the rack would be better.
Yeah, he billiarded the 5, so he wouldn't have to even mess with a combination. Easy as it is.
How about if he draws straight back for shape on the 7, goes into him off of that? Maybe the 2 goes. He'll probably draw straight back and play shape for the 7.
He's doing what you said.
Isn't that a perfect draw? Perfectly straight back.
But he hit the cue ball in the center, too. See, if you start fooling with a little English one way or another, you don't have that kind of control. What I'm saying is you never need English.
Now, you don't have to hit this hard, soft. Maybe a problem. If the 3 passes, that
He
should
can
help
cut.
things.
I think, well, I don't know. He's looking at like the 3 don't go.
He's scratching his head. Now, anytime he scratches his head, you know that he has a problem.
Well, he scratches his head sometimes after he executes real well, and he scratches his head when he's in trouble. So, you know.
He usually scratches his head when he's in trouble.
Well, he's in trouble right now. You can look at his face. If he scratches his head and he smiles, he likes what he did.
And he looks up in the air.
Yeah, but right now, his face doesn't look real happy. He's looking to kick the 5. I swear he is.
No.
I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing? He's looking upstream there. Where are you going to go up there?
Yeah, he's definitely come to an impasse here. No question.
Well, he can hit the 5. He might be going to give CJ the blood test. You know, put him upstream and let him go. But again, I believe.
How about this shot? How about the a double billiard on the 12 ball? Is that possible? No, it's too far to the right.
Yeah, he don't have that.
How about the 6 off of the 12? Is that possible? No, I don't think so.
No.
Maybe he'll try to loosen up the 3 here.
He took a scratch.
He loosened up the 3. Now look at the 3 ball.
CJ is, yeah, the 3 goes, but he's pretty close to it. But I mean, think CJ's going to bank the 8. That's what I would have to call. CJ's liable to go winging at this 8 ball. He's too close to the 3 to cut it in, but he has a bank on the 8. I'm surprised Efren did this.
8 ball, 1 bank.
Yeah, I'm surprised Efren gave him that kind of shot. This CJ, he banks real well.
Well, I don't really find fault in what Efren did. He was dead in the water, and you know, from the position that he was in. The back cross side on the 8 wasn't automatic by any means.
Oh, it wasn't, but as long as you're giving the guy a shot, he could have cut the 5, banked it towards the 15, and put the guy way in the corner over there and let him fly at the 8. Whatever it is, if it's a tough shot, you'd rather have the guy far away than close. Got a very good chance of hitting it good if he's close to it. Far away, you know, jitters could get him.
3. 1 ball. 4.
Well, he has to get these open. You know, the 3 goes, of course, but he had an angle.
5.
He had an angle to break him. What does he have now?
He has the 15 and then maybe the 12 on the side.
Or he can go to the 6 if he can make the 15.
Yeah, but he's going to have to elevate, and he really can't apply right English on the cue ball. So he has to be careful here.
Yeah, the ball fizzled a little, but he got the 4.
The 12 is fine. The 4 is better. Opens
4.
up the pocket for the 3-13. The 6 is laying fairly nice on the left side of the rack.
For a break shot. Yeah. He has no problems here. Shoot the 4 to 3, get him off and fall good on that 6. You know, Efren really didn't hit him with a lot yet, so he, you know, he's not far out of the game. He's going to be a couple racks down with a break shot, so he's actually right in the game.
13 ball.
What's this going to do? Oh,
Just in
can he
time. I
hit the
do
3?
believe he has enough room.
I don't
Maybe
think
not.
so.
Maybe not.
I don't know, not the way he's looking.
It got away from him.
That was a
Just,
careless shot because, again, you get up and you say to yourself, am I better off undershooting it or overshooting it? And that's the percentages of straight pool. You know, getting a little low on the ball or high. In this case, he couldn't go wrong undershooting it. He's going to play safe. He's going to bank the 6 towards this chalk in the middle of the table, and he's going to try to put the cue ball on the Brunswick.
And he's playing safe off of the correct ball,
Right.
too. There's no reason why he should allow the 6 ball to stay in the position that it's in, because there's a potential break ball.
Where is he? He's on the Brunswick. Perfect shot. Now, how does Efren feel? I don't know if he has a safe. There are times when your back's against the wall and you have to shoot. There
Well,
is
he
no
has-
safe. You
he
don't
has a
ever
safe.
want to give the table up without a chance to make the ball. Because I don't like his safety chances here.
He can overcut the 12 and go back up table.
Well, that might be what he's doing, but he's not in a good spot. It was time to shoot, and he did. Yeah, I don't believe in playing safe when, you know, the percentages of not getting a safe are bad. You know, you're better off shooting at a white flag.
Well, he shot the correct ball, the 6 ball. That was a potential break ball, so therefore.
Okay, this is
figuring
going
if
to
he
be
misses it-
interesting. This is going to be interesting. What is he? Is he going to stroke this ball and draw one rail into the pile?
I don't know exactly the angle that he has. If it's pointing at the before the side pocket, there's a chance he might try that, but that's, you know, a little bit haphazard. He figures the.
Well, if you don't get there, you can play a safe from there. Just don't miss the ball. I think that's what he'll try. I mean, if he's, it's not a good safe to say safe and shoot the 3 in.
Efren, when he needs to come with a shot, there's no better man to have shooting it than Reyes.
Beautiful, and he hit the point and held the cue ball up. Sweat this shot. A little weak stroke. That was not a good stroke.
And that was good enough, I believe.
Maybe, but he could have put a little more stroke to it. But like you say, as long as he falls on the 12 and he's got a break shot, it's all you need. One ball, hit the pile again, and you're fine. Okay, get out of the way 11. He's got the 8 in the corner, and he's off to the races. 8, 11, 5 if he wants to. He's looking at the 2. If he makes this 8, if he makes this 8 and stick, he might have the 2 and go into that little pile.
That's exactly what he saw. Now he needs to hit this softly also. I mean, not very soft, but
You
he
can
needs to hit
stroke
it
it.
softly.
Little
10's
center
with
ball,
insurance.
little authority. You know, you want to hear that little pop shot here, and he should be okay. Should be okay because he's going to glance. He's going to glance off the 15 and go towards the 3 ball. No, 13 ball, I should have said.
And he repositioned the 13 ball in what I might consider a little better position.
Well, he has to make a little shot here. 4 inside.
Do you play the 5 here and then play the 7 on the side, drawing the cue ball possibly into the 9?
Well, the 5's a break shot. The 15 passes, and he feels like you got to go into the 1 and 10 a little bit. I consider shooting the 13 and nudge the 1, but he's going to do it differently. He's still going to wind up almost in the same spot.
Well, he's going to use the 5 to open him up. There's nothing wrong with that, since the 13 is a Nice break shot on the right side of the table.
Well, he's in good shape now.
Yes,
9 goes.
everything has taken their places. The 1 goes, the 10 goes, 9, and also the 4. So therefore, all the balls are actually spread quite nicely, even though they may seem a little grouped. No problem.
They all pass somewhere, everything. The 1 and 10 both go in this corner pocket where he's shooting a 9. I don't see any problems. 10 ball.
Well, I venture to say that now he'll use the 11 as a key ball since he didn't go down table for it.
Well, I believe in that. You know, you got a ball up there, get all the balls down here out of the way, and then get to the break shot on the 11. No sense going up and down.
Unless there was another object ball a little more accessible than the ones that are down there now. Had there been some object balls near the side cushion, then he would have probably went up to get the 11, reassuring him a shot after playing the 11. But since all the balls are grouped more or less in the center of the table near the foot spot, sometimes it's kind of risky.
Well, I like 1, 6, 7 in the side, 11, and 13. That's how I like it. But he's drawing the ball straight back.
13.
He's got a little off angle on that shot, Danny. I think he bypassed his mark somewhat.
But he can make you 7 without hitting the 13, I believe.
Now he's taking a look to see exactly how much room he has, so he may be forced to play the 11 here.
Yeah.
So inadvertently he's choosing to play the 11, and I don't know if he likes that. Now he's going to shoot it at a half of a pocket.
I think if it goes, this is the shot. 7, 6, and get there on the 11. Oops, there goes the break shot. Nothing is out now. And he's smiling, and I noticed that he smiles sometimes, almost like laughing at himself and saying, "You jerk, look what you did." That's how I interpret it sometimes. You know, if you study Efren, you'll see that. There's times when he smiles because he's proud. He tried to knock the 6 out just now. He's smiling again because he missed what he was trying to do.
And he's going to smile all the way to the bank, too.
Well, no matter what, he's going to do all right. If he runs second here, he does pretty well.
That's for sure.
5,000 for second,
I don't
9
know.
for first. Here it is again. Another trick break shot. He got away with it last track with the 3 ball. A ball came out, and he opened them up, and he went from there. Now he's going to go 2 rails off the 6 into the pile. These are, I mean, 2 unconventional break shots, but if he executes them, they're as good as any of them.
Well, there's no guarantee, regardless of who you are, that you have to come up with a conventional break shot. There are times when the greatest, you know, pattern runners in the world have to play unconventional break shots. It's just that he plays them a little bit better.
It's called improvising, is what it is. You know, when you stray from your original plan. He hit the 13 off the 7, changed that break shot, and he invented another one from there. That's great play.
He'll have to apply some inside English on this break shot and hit it with some speed.
I think no English does it. But a little weak again. A little weak.
Yeah, that was weak, and the reason he hit it as softly as he did is he didn't want that much of a glance off of the 6 ball. If you hit that particular shot with more speed, then it's hard to hit the pile.
You're right about that. That's good physics. Most people don't know. They think it comes off the same angle no matter what speed you shoot, but it doesn't. A little harder, it would have went sharper 2 rails. He would have missed the pile totally to his right. But that's good observation and good instructional stuff.
Wiley leaning forward in his chair, anticipating a possible shot, even though it's a safety, he's glad to have it.
Foul. Score
Is
16.
CJ on a scratch?
No, I don't believe CJ is on a scratch.
Well, then that doesn't make any sense. Why would he do that if CJ wasn't on a scratch, except he doesn't know about it? Look at the, oh, CJ shot it right in the pile. He was in the pocket. He was trying to leave him as close to the pocket and the end rail as possible, and instead he went right in the pocket.
Reyes in the lead, 58-5. Starting off with a 42 ball run.
This is a great example of two 9-ball players who don't know about safe. Efren was on the pile where he could have fanned the ball and put CJ up stream, and it would have been a tricky save. Instead, oh, he's got a dead one. Or he thinks he does.
Well, I think that he's right.
Well, I don't know. There's balls way apart. Oh,
you see, now Wiley should have taken a closer look at the stack prior to shooting up table. And it's a cardinal sin to shoot up table if you're going to leave your opponent a dead ball.
Now that we see what just happened, we know that Efren's shot wasn't so dumb. He didn't go upstream because he didn't want to leave the dead one. It was almost like chess play, and he tricked CJ.
But CJ should have looked at the stack, and if there was any chance of the 2-ball going, then he should have played Efren's game and piddled a little bit down here, you know, in the stack, taking an intentional scratch or moved the ball slightly.
And the clue was, why did Efren do that rather than fan the ball and put him upstream?
You mentioned chess, a chess game. By the way, Efren happens to be an excellent chess player.
Yeah, but don't shock me none.
We have the overhead. There's nothing on either side of the triangle that looks like a break shot. We have the 7 laying on the lower left-hand portion of the triangle.
He's going to make the 10 the break shot. No, he didn't. There's no rush to a break shot because he's got to figure out how to get through these balls. In the way he's been using break shots from way up the other end of the table, I don't think it's a problem having a break shot.
Now, there's a chance that he may pocket the 10 and drawing into the 4 here, using the cue ball now to push the 4 for a break ball.
And then what would be his insurance ball?
The 5 ball he has.
But he didn't do that.
Maybe the combination and bump the 4 now.
No, maybe the combination and the 7 will go out for a break shot.
I think he'll bump the 4 also.
He did, you're right.
Now he has a break ball.
Right again. Now all he has to do is get on the 5, 9, and 14 in the same pocket he's shooting the 7 in.
Yeah, that's no problem. He'll shoot the 5 now. He may even go for the 8 and then go cross table, but that's a little bit too risky.
Yeah, well, that's 9-ball. That's what he's doing. He's got on the 8 to get to the 9 and 14.
I think he could have afforded to have gone up table another 6 to 8 inches on this shot, making the shot play a little more natural.
Yeah, he has to stroke it a little harder now because he's hitting the ball fuller.
But look at the control. Look at the control.
Yeah.
Like he's
Perfect.
placed it with his hand.
You're right. You're right. He does look like he's very confident. Cue ball control.
Now you attain the angle to go 2 cushions possibly around the 4 for the break. This keeps you in line off the 2nd cushion. All you need now is decent speed of the cue ball.
Which he has.
Reyes is on a run.
Oops.
.72 for Reyes and 5 for Wiley. Let's take a look at Reyes now as he plays the 2-ball out of the stack.
But this is risky. At that distance, the ball's all 6 inches apart. That's risky. I mean, you know, he shot it, and it happened to wobble in. It isn't like it went right straight in, so you can't condemn CJ for that one. But meanwhile, the ball went in, and Efren's way ahead, and he's got a break shot, and he's still at the table.
4 balls.
That's the problem when you go underneath on that break shot. Now, I've often seen players during the week here shoot that shot like that, and they always get in trouble, just like Efren's done.
Well, it's not really a lot of trouble. It could have been worse. As long as the ball stops near the pocket, you're not in really a lot of trouble.
Hit it in the center of the pocket.
Yeah.
It was frozen on the cushion at the other end of the table. Struck the ball softly with accuracy. How about shooting the 5 now? Opening up the pocket for the break ball,
I don't know
the 11.
about that, no, because it has a little angle, and you'd have to do too much to get to another ball. There's no hurry for that either. Don't forget the 11-5 is pretty straight in combination-wise.
But don't you have to worry about opening up the pocket for a break ball here?
Well,
what's wrong with shooting
the
the
2
5
goes
now?
also. You know, he can go one rail, and if he falls on the combination real good, shoot it. If not, he's got the 2. This is that insurance position I'm talking about. That's what he did. He's going to the combination. No problem here. The 10 goes in the other corner. He's fine.
5 ball.
He'll draw back for the, no, he didn't draw back. Well, then he'll probably use the 10.
11 ball.
Oh,
No,
that
no,
was
no,
a bad
no.
stroke.
He didn't hit the top of the ball, and
He hit it too low, and I don't know. It's the first time I've seen him not execute left-handed. So apparently he doesn't play as well left-handed as right-handed.
that's
I mean,
right.
you know,
that's
and
what we
that's
can say
why
about
lately he's been stretching a little bit right-handed. Yeah, that was really not a good spot to stop in. But he has a great save. Fan the 10, put him way down on the Brunswick.
Safety is good. Score 19.
Perfect.
that. Wiley's going to
CJ,
look at the 9 here. The 9 may be on, Danny.
I don't know. Not when you hit it that full. I don't know. It's a risky shot.
It is a risky shot, but it's maybe on.
It would be a give-up kind
Trailing
of shot.
77-5, and in a very, very tough
he's
position.
In tough. He's in tough here. He don't have a great safe for sure. Once again, take 2 scratches. If you have an intricate safe here, take 2 scratches, and then play the safe. See, he forgot what I said earlier.
Safety.
This is not the time to do this. Take a few scratches first.
Safety allowed. No score.
He did all right, except, you know, if this were one pocket and you left Efren this, you could forget about it. With the 10, you know, banking. I mean, he's going to, I'm sure he's going to bank this 10 ball. Unless something else goes.
Oh, he'll just play a safety off the 2.
Safety.
Putting the 2 in back of the rack.
He can hit the 2. That's a good shot.
Safety allowed.
Now he's positioned the 2 ball where Wiley can't hit it. Wiley now is going to look at the 9 again. He looked at it before.
I don't know, when you got 3 balls going at a ball and you're hitting them straight on without a glance, this ball may not come off the 10 like you think it will. It's going to force a little more forward.
9 ball.
9 ball he's
Well,
playing.
we're going to find out now. I say it banks, it pushes forward. Oh, he made it. Well, you were right all along, Billy.
Well, it was just a shot in the dark, Danny, but
Oh, it
you
went
know, you're
straight
trailing
in.
77.
Straight in.
Trailing 77-5, and it looks like it's got a pretty decent chance of going in. What are you going to try to out-safety the best
Right.
safety player in the world?
Yeah,
Go ahead and take a shot at it, you know?
He didn't have a safe. You're right. If it's close, he has to shoot it, and it was more than close.
No, he has to be concerned about the 2 and the 14. Laying very conspicuously up at the other end.
Well, the 2 goes inside, you know, and you can get to the 2 off the 10 ball.
3 ball. 3.
Now he's going to be on the 2 now. But he may have to bank the 2 unless he plays the 15. He doesn't want to play the 15 because at this moment it seems like that's his only viable break ball.
Well, I don't know if you have to worry about break shots here with the 6 and 13 semi-tied up.
6 and 13 go in both upper corner pockets.
Yeah,
You're right, they are semi-tied up, but
yeah, I don't think he's going to go to the 15 and play behind the balls for position.
4.
okay, that's excellent shot.
And the 14 goes in the corner. But 13 and 6, what is that all about?
I don't know.
And if he gets to them, what about a break shot?
14 ball.
He may have to get the balls off and try some kind of break shot and play safes from there if it don't work out.
Well, it looks like he wants to draw back down table and up toward the 10. No, he's going to shoot the 2 next.
Is he going 2 rails into these balls? Yep. Yep, but he hit it a little bit too low and he glanced too much. Oh, now what? Oh, here's a shot that's not easy and you're not gaining much.
Excellent shot. Now, that was a pull shot there if he's able to get down a little bit farther, but apparently not.
It wouldn't be any good anyway because there still would be no break shot. I mean, he's almost better off playing a safe off the 6. You know, and maybe one of these 2 balls will wind up some sort of break shot if he can beat Efren to the shot. Just put him way upstream. Go from there now.
That's good speed.
Yeah.
That's very good speed.
Efren don't need the bridge.
And now that you mentioned the bridge, we're playing with the Joe Russo bridge and the Mike Danner bridge called the stretch system. 2 very fine bridges. But you never see Efren use the bridge, do you?
No, he shoots too good both hands. He overcut it. That was your shot.
Well, he happened to hit the 6, and that's why it went on top of from the top side
Oh
of the pocket.
boy, look at this. How's
Yeah.
the slick 6 look? Is it?
No, it's too thin.
It's not kissing enough.
I don't think so.
Oh, what do you do here, Billy?
You got to take a
What
couple
do you
scratches,
do
I guess.
here? Yeah, and even after that, what do you do? You have to plan when you take 2 scratches. It looks like 2 scratches, you might be in worse shape. But what do you do?
What are you going to do?
Oh man, he's in a little jackpot here.
He is in a lot of
How
trouble.
does the 6 look up the corner, kicking it? I mean,
I
you know,
know,
anything
it's
is
no
wild.
good. It's no good up
It's
the
no
corner.
good either.
No. It's no good up
Son
the
of a
corner.
gun. You know, I'm trying to invent something for him because you're not going to gain playing it safe here.
Maybe the 13 right back underneath him. You know, back to 13, back underneath him.
I like kicking 1 rail and making the 13 off the 6.
That's a possibility from the monitor.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
I know he is. He can only lose from here. Nothing to gain, all to lose. He tried to go straight on and hope the ball roll. Meanwhile, he scratched and left the shot too. He tried to roll straight on the 6, knock the 13 to the rail, and stay on the 6. But he didn't have anything. Like I said, I would have invented a shot, shoot at anything. Never give the table up on a safe where you had none.
Well, there is no safe.
Right. You got to shoot at something at that point, especially what he did. He made it absolutely easy and gave him a break shot. But it is the final game, and here's a great 9-ball player, inexperienced with straight pool.
Well, the reason that particular shot, the one that he chose, was totally wrong was because by playing that shot, you leave both balls down table, where if he leaves Efren a shot, it's easy position for the break.
Yeah, you couldn't gain with
Had he banked the 13 up the other end, even if he misses that shot, Efren still has to come with possibly a difficult position shot if he pockets the 13 next to get a break ball.
anything but what he did. Anything.
So there was a time for him to play these percentages. But of course, when you're faced with a dilemma like that, sometimes it's not very clear what to do.
And like I said, it's the finals of a pretty big tournament, and you're playing a game unfamiliar to you. You may be a little confused and do anything. Percentages said shoot at something there, invent something. You know, there was nothing to gain there. And he's getting further in the hole. I noticed something over the years, more so than any other player. Efren is tough to beat from behind. He is a notorious front runner. He's a notorious starter, but he has been a real tough player to come from behind and beat.
And in the last year, he's been almost invincible. So
Yeah.
when he gets a lead like this, I hate to see his stats, his winning percentage.
7.
He's going to go into the balls, I think, here off the 3. You know,
Yeah.
go into the 7 and 1. I don't think anything bad can happen. You don't want to go into the 15 because something bad can happen. But you go off the 7 and 1, you're in. Oh, he didn't even want to hit him. That's good too if everything goes. Looks like the 10 goes, and then the 1 goes.
He may be playing the 1 now.
Yeah. That would be a great shot. Just shoot the 1, softly draw the ball, and you have the 10 next, and maybe a break shot will come out.
9.
The 4 is a decent break shot. Now just get the balls off and fall on the break shot.
You must fall on the 6 here. I do believe he has to fall on the 6 after shooting the 10, because that's a bad ball near the side cushion. He's on the right side of the table to fall on it. Now's a good time.
No, but where the 2 is, if the 2 wasn't there, I would say you're right, Billy. But here, if he gets the balls off the table and winds up straight in on the 6, he can go from the 6 to the 2 pretty easily. You know, I recommend that. As long as you get full on the 6.
I still rather play position for the break ball from this end of the table.
Yeah, but the choice isn't there really. You know, you're going to go up and down with the 6. If the 2 weren't there, I would agree with you.
I'm not going to be stubborn. I agree with you.
9 ball.
You know, especially if you have cue ball control like this guy does. You know, like this. I mean, now you can get pretty good on the ball. He's going to get the 6 out right now, it looks like. I don't really think you have to.
6 ball. 13.
6, 2, 1 rail off the 8 till to the 4 ball. Oh, he got straight in on the 8. Or did he get an angle?
He may have a slight angle. If he's straight in, they don't have to stop in the stack.
Well, if he's got that little angle that you think he has, he's going perfect.
On a run of 50.
He is.
He's a little flat on this break shot.
Well, meanwhile, he's leading 93 to 11.
And the angle that he's attained on the break ball, the 4 ball, really isn't ideal by any means. He's a little flat, so he has to stroke it pretty good.
Yeah, hit a high ball, a little left-hand English, go off the pile and come out off the pile, 2 rails to about where he is right now. The thing about this shot, don't have a great angle, but it's pretty tough to miss it. And he can stroke it. Just stroke it hard and go off the 3 ball and forward. He's going to draw the ball. Pound it. Oh, he went forward. I can't tell. He looks like he's cueing the ball low.
Well, he forced
and then
it.
he comes up high.
He forced it. Well, you never can tell with his stroke, you know. I mean, his stroke is so hard to tell what he's going to do in terms of what part of the ball he's going to be hitting low, 7, or high. Yeah, but when he finally goes through, he hits exactly where he intends to hit.
Right. That's amazing. I see him aiming, and sometimes he looks like he's hitting it low, and the ball goes forward. But somewhere in the middle of his stroke, he elevates and follows through high. Very unique style. He played position for the 10 there off the pile.
Ball. 20.
15, 7, 8 maybe. 15, 3 I should say. 8 ball. No problems here. The only one with a problem right now is CJ.
21.
You know, it's hard. He's going to play shape for the 12 here, I do believe, and then try to go into him off of the 12. He's right in line for that, Danny.
Oh, he has to go forward a hair.
Now he's going to break him off the 12 here. He's going to shoot the 3 and go into the 12 and try to loosen something up. I don't know if he planned that, but certainly not
Turn
the
out
way I
that
would
way.
have played it.
Is he going into the 12 or the 5?
No, the 12.
Yeah.
The 8 ball.
Still goes, and he's got perfect angle.
And the 8 ball is there.
Now he's just searching for a break shot.
He wants a little more angle on the 8.
He's going into him right here.
Oh.
I didn't agree with that.
He's probably straight in.
It depends how bad CJ's going. It looks like he's got a little cut, but he's going to shoot it.
He'll have to elevate if he's going to shoot it.
Balls are frozen.
Ball's froze. What does that mean? What does that mean? The ball
Watch the
is
cue ball,
froze.
Danny. Look at the cue ball, Danny.
People love that kind of stuff.
Well,
If you
why not?
elevate and the
Of
cue
course.
ball does magic stuff. They love that, even if they don't know what it means.
Well, whatever he did it well.
He did it real well.
That's right.
He made it, got a shot, and he's still going. But he has to invent a break shot now, and it might be the 7, believe it or not. Oh, he can fall on the 8 real well.
No,
too.
I wouldn't be surprised. Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised to see him use the 11 as a key ball, attaining almost a straight-in shot on the 11, and then use the 8. But in order to do that, he's going to have to play perfect pool.
You're right. The 8 is only a good break shot if you get absolutely perfect.
Now, he's going to bump the 8 here now. How
No,
about
he
that?
might go forward and bump the 11 and
he's
knock
gonna-
it off the rail.
He's going to bump the 8 here.
Oh, yeah, he can knock that forward.
He's going to bump the 8.
It'll
He's
be
going
a
to
break
create the
shot.
break shot on the other side of the rack.
Yeah.
How about that shot?
I would have shot
How
it
about
easy.
that shot on the other side of the
I
rack?
would have rolled and shot it easy and kept it on this side, but you know what? Where the 7 is, you're better off on that side. So, you know, there's no telling.
I mean, this is a true magician here.
Yeah, you're right. And see how quick he learned all the little nips and tucks of straight pool? I mean, son of a gun.
Now, you know, let's take a look at the Massey shot again. You know, playing one pocket, he often
Yeah.
executes this
Yeah.
shot in order to put you behind a ball. And so therefore, he has actually perfect control of the cue ball on this particular shot.
On a run of 29, playing the 8 ball.
Now, his execution on that shot is just about as good as anyone. Now, he learned from the last time he drew the ball. Notice he didn't draw it as hard this time.
No, right. Well, that's how sharp he is with this game. Last time he hit it too hard, and he went all the way to the end rail, and he said, this time, I'm not going to go that far.
13.
Wiley sitting there defensive.
Oh, yeah.
He's defenseless in the chair. Really nothing much he can do about it.
You're right, 107 to 11. And you know, his last matches, he's done this to everybody. He's got 100 balls ahead of everybody. But then he let up a little in the other matches, and they got close. I'm wondering if he's going to do that here. His final match, he might be seeing the goal line, and he might bear down and give no chances in the end of the game. He might go right out here.
Danny, we may be watching the greatest player of all time right now.
33.
You know, I mean, he's unarguably the greatest player in the world today. Unarguably, you know, by far.
Yeah, the players even feel that way. And that's tough to get players to admit stuff like that. But you're
It
right.
sure is.
Yeah.
And it certainly has been a privilege, for me at least, to watch this man play the game.
Yeah, if you got 20 players, and they had to vote for who was the best player in the world, and it had to be a blind kind of ballot. It would be a tie for who's the best. But not right now. Not right now.
Are you saying everyone would vote for themselves?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I've been around it a long time. You know, I was around the days when Ronnie Allen, Annette Kelly all thought they were the best. You know, it's something that goes with this game. You have to have that big ego and pride and feel like you are the best, or you must stay home. This is again one of his runs where it's effortless. You know, he's not even getting in trouble. These are just racks he's going.
But the last rack wasn't effortless.
Oh, he had a couple little things.
Couple little things.
A little masse and stuff
little
like that. But you know, when it's
carom
over,
off the cushion, repositioning
yeah,
the 8 on the other side of the rack.
But you got to admit, he makes it look easy. He didn't twitch and he didn't get up and look at it for 20 minutes. He got up and hit it, and that's what it did.
And once again, now he has developed this pace and this whatever you want to call it, all within 3 to 4 days. This confidence of the game. Had he play, if he was to play another 3 or 4 days, who knows what he would be doing.
You know, I had a little discussion with him earlier, and I said, Efren, I said, I noticed each match you looked like you're like gaining something. And I said, if you played this game day in, day out, I mean, you'd be totally unbeatable. But unfortunately, there might not be another straight pool of this magnitude till next year. So he might not play straight pool again for 11 more months.
That's true. That's really, that's not fair.
No, it isn't. No, that's why I'm very happy that Grady Matthews is promoting these kind of tournaments to keep straight pool alive.
You have to worry about drawing this in the side, don't you think?
Nah, he's hitting the 7-2 full.
45 and 46.
He's got a slight angle for the 13 to open him up a little bit more. Two and 9 seem to be almost tied up. Balls seem to be cooperating right now for him somewhat.
Well, the 2 is tied up. It bounced a little bit off, and it's not straight in combination.
He'll open him up here.
He might go into the 2 and 9 too.
He'll open him up here. The 2 and the 9 aren't exactly straight in.
But if he falls on the 3, the right angle, he can go right into those 2, and it looks like he can do that right here.
And now and then he'll have the 12 as a possible insurance ball.
Yeah, he can go into the
But
2.
then he has to be worried about the 4 and the 7. What's he going to do?
He's going into them right now.
Right, he should open up that 4 and the 7 now.
And the 4 came out for a break shot. He's got the 3. He can go into the 2-9 right here.
And he also can opt to play the 2-9 combination, so therefore he does have a decision.
Yeah, I don't like the combination, but you know, he might. Who knows? He's not going to mess with it anyway. He don't seem to be thinking about it.
He may be saving it for last.
I think that was a little mistake there. I think he should have tried to go into those balls.
No, I'm not going to try to second guess him. I don't think I'd make a very good living.
I know, but right now, you tell me what he's planning here.
He's going to probably deal with the 2-9 last.
No, he's going to go into him off the 7 probably. He's got to do something with those balls.
He's looking over there now, so quite possibly he may be sending the cue ball in that direction.
He is. He's going right at him right here with a stroke. There went that.
And they happen to park the cushion and just about as perfectly as you could place them. 9 in front of the sides, 2 in the center of the table. Very, very nicely done. 4 ball is the correct ball to shoot, that's for sure. 2, 14, 10, and one more rack goes down.
Yeah, and CJ is not having any fun here. But what are you going to do when a guy is doing this to you? I mean, you can't do a thing. You can't get up and tackle him.
I know a lot of players would like to do that.
Yeah, I thought about it a few times.
57.
Once again, in perfect line for the break.
He needs direct. He needs every ball on the table, and this game and tournament is history.
You know, Wiley has finished second to, if he goes on and loses this match, that is, Wiley will have finished second to Reyes in the last 2 tournaments he's been in. The Bicycle Club event, he finished second to Reyes, and now in the Straight Bull event, if he loses, he'll have finished second to him again. And it's really an injustice in a sense that Wiley has to meet Reyes in the finals. You know, why did I have to play great pool when Reyes was around?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, the only thing I can say there is finish second in a tournament like this. You don't have to feel inferior. Oops. 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 I don't know. He's got the 1 ball. He's got to go down swinging here. You know, that's amazing that he scratched off that shot. This has happened in his last 4 or 5 games. There is that extra chance that he gives the opponents.
I like to mention the sponsors of this event: Skillful Vending and Spot Shot Billiards, along with Dufferin and Simonis 860, and also in conjunction with the PBTA. Our appreciation goes out for the sponsors of this event. Hopefully, we'll have this tournament again next year, maybe even bigger. Hopefully. I know the fans up here would like to see that happen.
Oh, they'd love it. There's talk about it being in a nice hotel.
There are some fine cue makers I'd like to acknowledge also. Paul Motti from Pittsburgh, Tim Scruggs, Sam Sarah, and Giuseppe Hughes. They also supported the event. Our appreciation goes out to them also.
You know, that 1 ball he just knocked in at this point of the game, that's not an easy shot. This kid has plenty of heart. Watch out. He's got a shot on the 3. Could have been disastrous there. But he's in shape, and I would have to say put something on right now.
Well, he's really challenged to do something now because time's running out. I mean, he doesn't have any more time, really. He has to put something together. He must definitely respond to this challenge, or else he's just going to lose. No question. He knows it.
Well, you know the thing about this, when you're way behind like this, you can play real well now and still lose. You know, the opponent needs so few balls while you need so many that you can really play great and still lose the match now. The thing is not to end with a miss. Whatever happens, don't miss with the open table.
Do you play the 6 and then the 11 in the side here? That seems to be the easiest path to the 15 and 14, I think.
I'm not going to try to second guess CJ. I don't know how he's thinking. I mean, you have the right shot. If he's close to straight in, sticking, well, he got straight in. He came back a little bit, and he got straight in. Can you go to the 12, then get to the 15, 14, and 9? That's what he's doing.
Okay, had he attained another type of an angle to drop nicely on the 15, 14 on that shot, he perhaps would have done that. But he's certainly not going to create problems for himself. He's going to shoot the 12 and then drop nicely through the 3 balls and try to negotiate the rack from here.
Yeah, he got good on these balls. I'm sure he'll get these off. He's keeping his cool, isn't he, Billy?
Well, yes, he is, and he's been playing quite well throughout the week.
And he hasn't done too much wrong to get this far behind.
No, he hasn't.
On a run of 14.
And the score now is 134 to 25 in favor of Efren Reyes.
Wiley is the only undefeated player in the tournament. started off by defeating Jason Kane, and he also defeated Efren Reyes earlier in the tournament in his second match. Then he went on to play Larry Boston Shorty.
4 to
Then
25.
he defeated who the odds makers made the favorite in the tournament, Jim Rimpey.
Wiley is on a run of 14 balls playing.
That was a real big win. Rempe is so tournament hard and a veteran straight pool player. That was a real big win. I don't like his end of it right here.
Maybe the 9 he can push through.
I don't know.
Take a chance to make the 9, and
I don't know.
maybe
Don't
Don
look
won't
like
call a foul on him.
Yeah, he can do it, but is it kissing enough? I don't think it's kissing enough. He don't have to push right into it to do it. You know, if he shoots away from it right now, it'll kiss more if need be. Oh, right now he wants to shoot. He don't want to go into safes.
He's got to shoot. He's got to shoot.
He doesn't want to start shooting. He wants to try to do something powerful here, but you know, you also can't invent something if there's nothing to go.
And then he won a nice match against Nick Valos. And now he's found himself in a very difficult position. The 9 does have a chance to go. He's trailing 133 to 26.
No, I think he gave up on the 9. I think he gave up on the 9. I think after studying it a little while, he decided it can't go, and he's looking to play some kind of safe. He's going to try to cut the ball. And
Score 15
that's not too
for
bad a
Mr.
shot.
Wiley.
I don't think he can see the 9. He's got a combination at least, if that's what he wants to do. But that was an excellent safe. He at least gave Efren something wild to do here.
Safety.
He's going to try to do it too.
Safety allowed, no score.
15 go inside. Sure aiming like it does. Billiard and oh, he's playing a 9. It's gone. Where is he? Oh,
He's got the 15 at the other end of the table.
well, that might be it.
Well, that's it for this shot. But he certainly has potential at this end. Not a bad idea. I'm shooting a 5 here and going into him now.
I agree with you, but he might want to shoot the 13 and get better on the 5.
He's laying pretty good on the 5 right now.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Softly, he should shoot this.
3.
12 is out for the break. Also the 8, that'll suffice. The 11 will pass the 12.
He's still got to do a
The
little
7 on the
something.
side.
The 1 and 14 are a little tricky. Oh, they go in that pocket. They go in that pocket to his right now, that corner pocket. If he can get on either the 12 or 8, roll down, he can get to the 1 and 14, and that's the only thing that has a little bit of a problem here.
3 ball. 5.
Well, he's going to shoot the 12. Maybe he'll go into the 4 here. Trying to drop. Well, he's going to shoot the 8 and go cross toward the 4 possibly. Now he's going to shoot the 10 off or one of the other balls maybe. Maybe the 4. I don't know. I thought perhaps he should have tried to go toward the 4. That way he could make the 14. If it's makeable. If it's not makeable, then he's
Well, the 14's makeable, but he ran out of balls to fall on it with. He can go into the 1 right here, and the worst thing can happen is he'll have 10 or 11.
No, he's not going into the 1.
No, not yet.
7.
Now, if the 14 is makeable, then he can kill it off the 6. Mm.
I thought he missed it. Shaky.
Yeah, and I don't like the position the 11 took. The 1 can go. I didn't think the 1 could go. Oh, he's creating problems for himself now.
He's got a little angle here, but the only thing is, what do you go to? There's no real good key ball to fall in the break shot with.
Well, I think he's forced to use the 11 as a key ball, considering the position of both the cue ball and now the 14. Yeah. He'll probably follow it with a little bit of left-hand English. Hopes to settle in somewhere in the center of the table.
It's 2 balls that he has to get perfect on. He has to get the right angle on the 13 to go to the 11, and then he has
That's
to
too
get
hard.
Yeah, it is.
That's too hard, and now he's going to have to hit this shot very, very accurately, because he has to draw the ball back.
Yeah, here comes a big.
He can't afford to go forward. The presence of the 12 ball there will preclude him from going forward, and he has to hit this very cleanly.
He miscued.
And then when you get on a line like that, you have to do something extra, and sometimes things like that happen. But he got a little fortunate that the 13 rolled behind the 12.
Efren might cut this 11 right in.
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he might shoot at it for sure.
He's looking at it. I wouldn't be surprised. Now he's saying, well, I'll get rid of this break ball, and I'll just try to
stay at the table.
Play a little chess on with him then.
Not bad strategy.
Well, it didn't roll off, did it?
No, he didn't fool around with it. He played position off that shot.
It's pretty hard to beat stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get just in about an ideal position there.
Again, you couldn't put it with your hand any better. Well,
he's got 136, needing 14 balls. Wiley has 37.
36 to 37. 136 to 37. Reyes, on a count of 2, is playing the 12 ball.
Eight in the corner. Roll forward, 2 goes. 5. A little weak stroke.
Yeah, that might create a little bit of a problem for him.
Yeah, he has to roll the 3 in and stay on the 14, and then from there try to do something.
That's going to be a trick there. This will definitely be a trick if he can do that.
That's what he's going to try to do. Roll it in and get some shot. Oh, he played it. Yeah, he's not going to like this, though. Efren's sticking his tongue out. Funny guy. Look at this. Oh, man. This is happening in most of his games. He gets way ahead, and then he has trouble getting the last balls. What do you do here, Billy? I don't see much of a safe. I don't see a shot.
It looks like the 13's got a chance if he can figure out a way to get to it. He's trying to figure out a way to get to the 13. That's the 11 and the 13 combination. He wanted to try to play a billiard combination.
Yeah, well, I think he...
See, he wanted to try to hit the 5, the 7 into the 11 and play the 13. And it's laying pretty close, but he's afraid of the 9 ball. The 9 ball might hit the cue ball might hit the 9 ball after he contacts the 5. Now he's looking at the 15 on the side.
Yeah, combination 9-15. He almost has to shoot at something because I don't see any safeties. The double hit the ball. It came off another ball and beat the 15 to the pocket and deflected it.
Well, Wiley is going to have at least one more appearance at the table. And for sure, Danny, one mistake hereafter in this match probably will be history.
Well, I've said that the last 3 matches with Efren, and they seem to keep getting another chance and another chance. It's just he's so far ahead. Oh, he didn't get too good here. He's got to shoot the 9. That's the gamble of hitting balls that already go. You can tie them up.
Well, the 1 and 10 may be okay the way they're lined up. The 7 goes. Now he's looking to take a look at the 10. 11 maybe he's shooting on the 7. He's going to shoot the 10 now, I think.
He might have to cut the 1 a little bit.
Well, he's in trouble then if he has to cut it.
Well, as long as he's shooting this, he might as well go 2 rails to the 15.
This is tricky then if he has to cut it. So that was a difficult shot.
They're still tied up. If this happens to the guy who's behind, he needs an easy rack and get rolling, but meanwhile it's tricky.
How about the 1 in the opposite corner? Maybe the 1 goes in the opposite corner. He's looking at it now. He would like to pocket the 1 in the opposite corner.
Yeah,
playing position on it. And now he would like to follow directly forward, knocking the 5 from the position that it's in. Well, he knocked away the break ball.
He almost had to going that way.
He got the double kiss.
Well, he's got a trick break shot now, which he don't need.
No, he doesn't need anything tricky right now.
So what's he going to do? Try to do something with the 15? No, he's going to get to the 15 and try to do it with the 11. And he's got an angle off the 15 to get somewhere on the 11.
And that's where he needs to get.
Bargain.
He needs to get
almost full in the side.
Yeah.
That's where he has to get so that he can shoot it in the side
and hit the front ball.
And hit that front ball.
Oh, that's no good.
No good.
That's no good. He's too close to the side cushion. He's not going to get much velocity into the shot, even if he does have an angle. And he's certainly not going to be able to control it, considering how hard he's going to have to hit it. So he's certainly got his hands full here, and he's got a lot of work ahead of him. Reyes was forced to shoot the combination. Had he made that, he probably would have gotten out, but he got a double kiss.
Yeah, the ball went off the 5 and 7 and beat the 15 to the pocket is what happened here.
Let's take a look and see if it was going to go in before he got the kiss.
It was close. It was in the direct path to the pocket.
It was gone. Yeah. It was going. The ball was definitely going to go in, and he got that kiss.
Yeah, he hit it good. Efren got up and looked to see. This is respect. When you get up, when you're way ahead like this, 139 to 47, and you get up to see if the guy has the right angle, that's a lot of respect. You're still worrying is what it means. He didn't hit that hard enough. If he hit it hard enough, it would have glanced more, and he would have had better 2-rail angle into the pile. Oh, I don't know. This could double cross him. That could double cross him.
I believe he can see the 3 ball.
Yeah, Efren's on a scratch.
He can see the 3 ball.
You see, Efren was on a scratch, and again, he slept it. He slept it. He didn't have to go into the pile there. He could have threw it upstream. But I have to suggest something if they have another tournament here next year. You have to have a board that shows that the person's on a scratch, because you're playing the game, and if 20 minutes goes by while you're on a scratch, it could easily be forgotten by everybody. You need a scoreboard that shows scratches. Sure, he gave up the table here and the game when Efren was on a scratch. He just slept it. The veteran straight pool players wouldn't have forgot that. And this is just the 9-ball player straight pool right now, and they don't know all the things to keep track of. And this is fatal. He's blown the game now.
Well, sometimes even veteran straight pool players forget stuff like that, but not often. But certainly an experienced player
Can I tell you
forgets it
something?
a lot more often.
Irving Crane, if this came up 1,500 times, he would remember the guy was on a scratch 1,500 times. But you're right. Other ones might have done just what CJ did. Forgot about it. What's this going to be?
No, he's going to be all
5
right.
came out.
He's going to be all right.
5 ball. 8.
He needs 11 balls
He
before he
needs 6
started.
more.
Gonna go up with a 12 here.
Oh, well, you don't even need that many.
8 ball. 10.
He needs 1.
1 ball?
Yeah. No, he needs a little more than that. He needs 2.
Match in the
Oh,
first.
that
No?
was the game.
He needs
I think he needs 1 myself. CJ had 1 ball, which makes 1 and 4 on the table is 10,
Wait a
and
second.
he needed 11. He needs 1 more ball.
He needs 1 more ball. He does. He needs 1 more ball. We're going to do an on-the-floor interview. And I think Grady mentioned something now. He should have stopped it. Grady noticed that he needed 1 more ball.
He did need 1 more ball.
2 or 3 minutes, I know you knock yourself out taking pictures and stuff.
Billy, the official score is up there. Feeney's got the official score.
Well, according to the score we see,
Okay, well, then
You know, he
the
needs
official
1 more
score
ball.
is on the
Yes.
table. So apparently the official score says that he doesn't need 1 more ball.
and that's the official thing.
Well, we're going to be right back with an on-the-floor interview, so bear with us. We'll be right back in a moment. Well, I'm here with C.J. Wiley and Efren Reyes. C.J., this was your first straight pool tournament. Matter of fact, you didn't play a game of straight pool until 2 weeks ago. You played against the best players in the world, and by the way, you played the best players in this tournament, and you finished second, only losing 1 match. I think you did a remarkable job, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about, because the man to your left is unarguably the best player in the world, and it's just a shame that you have to be around when he's here.
You got a good point there. He's kept me from winning 3 tournaments this year already. Yeah. Every time I look up, there he is. And he just, he puts enough pressure on me where, you know, my game goes down, his goes up right at the key times, and that's what makes a great champion.
Well, I'll tell you what, you really played some good straight pool this week. There was a lot of 9-ball players out there that said Wiley can't play anything but 9-ball, but you sure proved them wrong this week.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I actually made plane reservations to go home a day early. I had to like extend them because I had no idea I'd be in this tournament this long. Straight pool's always been a game I just never played. So I think I'll start playing it now, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, you really played some good straight pool this week, and like I said before, unfortunately, this guy had to show up here, or else you would have just grabbed this tournament and walked away with it.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the way you play straight pool, and I watched you play a little 1-pocket the other night, too. I don't want to uncover your game, but, you know, you're starting to shape into a real all-around player.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do. Practicing 9-ball doesn't really help me much anymore. I play that about as good as I can play it without playing other games. So that's what I'm doing, just trying to get well-rounded in the game of pocket billiards.
And you're certainly doing that, CJ. And in another week, the U.S. Open will be around again, and there's a defense.
Before you go, I'm going to get out of here, but this is my friend Ross Furman. He's one of the chief sponsors.
How do you
and
do?
I'd love to have him stand here. And,
Skillful vending,
listen
Portland,
to
Maine.
you.
We're locals,
Listen
local.
to you.
Efren, good job. CJ, all the way.
Thanks.
Stand good. Sit right there, Ross. You look good there.
Are we still on?
Okay, all right, give us one more chance here to finish this off. Okay, we appreciate it. Okay, the U.S. Open just around the corner, and the defending champion sitting to your left, right, or standing to your left right now. I know you looked at him at the finals in the Bicycle Club. You looked at him at the finals here. Just possibly one more time you may look at him, and maybe it'll be a little bit different.
Maybe. Maybe.
Congratulations, CJ.
Convince him of that.
Congratulations, CJ, and once again, you played remarkably well this week, and I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. I appreciate that, Billy.
All right, let's talk a little bit with Efren Reyes now, okay? CJ, stick around here. Come on back here. Come on. Come on back here, CJ. You earned it, right? No, you're all right. Efren, this last year, you played some incredible pool. You won the U.S. Open. You won 2 other major 9-ball events. You won the World 8-ball event, and you decided to take up straight pool. You made a lot of people unhappy around here.
Yeah, I just lucky.
You're just lucky?
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I got in the bracket, I got a good shape. You know?
Every time you went into the balls, you got good shape. I tell you what, this guy has created more luck than any player that I've ever watched. And that's true. He has created more luck than any player I've ever watched. You are a very lucky man. The U.S. Open's next week. You're defending champion. How do you feel about going into the Open?
Maybe I'm going to try again on the US Open. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to play good again.
How do you feel about your opponent, C.J. Wiley? What do you think about his game?
He play good in straight pool too. The only thing he got no chance only this because I'm having a lot of points. So.
Would you like to meet him again in the U.S. Open Finals?
Maybe. Yeah.
We played last year, too.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Aki Stats would like to offer our congratulations to both of you players, and hopefully we'll be able to see you 2 guys in the finals of the U.S. Open. It wouldn't be anything better than that. We're really mean that. I love both of you guys. You're great champions.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to close it up. So on behalf of Danny DiLiberto, my fine friend, and also a former world champion, I'd like to say thanks a lot for supporting AccuStats, all you people out there. And I guess we'll see you at the U.S. Open.